Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are
Hello,
you?
world.
Welcome to episode 43 of DNP Unlocked 43. And we're almost turning 1 year. We're celebrating our 1 year in a few weeks. Anna, how are you doing?
You it? Oh my god, what happened?
Yeah,
I just woke up in September and now we're recording 1 year.
me too. I just woke up. Just kidding. But anyway, Anna, um, um, congratulations, by the way, for finishing your master's degree. What a
Thank you.
wonderful achievement. And we all know that graduate school is not that easy. It is very challenging because of, family and work on top of it. But Anna, you are truly an inspiration to our followers.
Oh my
Talk
god.
to us about your story while we're waiting for Kate to come in.
Thank you, good for nurse. Oh, I miss you guys. I just came back from my
We miss
11
you
days,
too.
11 days, 11 days from the Philippines. I went home. My father didn't know that we're coming home. We surprised him. I haven't seen him for 4 years. And August 19, I graduated my master's. And as we all know, a few months ago, my daughter graduated from middle school. So um, we invited everyone for a dinner party. So my father was so surprised. You're right, good partners all. It was amazing. You wanna cry, but I don't wanna ruin my makeup.
Right, right, right.
So it was amazing to see all my classmates. Hello, Wesleyan University, Batch 7. We survived. We've been online for 2 years. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought about quitting many times, especially when you get overwhelmed with the homework, with the writing, with the thesis, with the amount of money, and you're working and you have a family. But I'm done
That's
now.
good. That's good, Anna.
I cannot do what you did. I cannot go to the doctorate. That's you only. I'm happy with my
Not
master.
yet. Probably next year.
Uh, no.
No,
I
no.
vow myself I'm not gonna go back to school anymore. Maybe other thing, but not doctorate. Oh my god, doctor nurse
Right,
school. I
right.
don't know how you did that. You have all of
Yeah.
those papers.
Yep, yep. It was pretty challenging, but master's degree in itself is inherently challenging. I remember taking mine, and I had to finish mine a year before I left for the Philippines,
Oh yeah.
and it
Yeah.
was pretty challenging because lots of stuff to do, theses and all that, right? And still have to study and all that. But I'm glad that it's over, Anna, and that you
Yes,
were able to
and
visit Philippines.
yes. And I didn't know that it's possible that you can go online. I mean, COVID happens, but COVID
Right, right.
opened a whole new world of, schooling. So yeah, finally we're done with all of the heartache,
Yeah,
stress,
I think
and amount of money.
yeah, I think if there's one good thing that came out from COVID is that we are able to do distance learning now, particularly
Mm-hmm.
for graduate school. We've been doing that here in the U.S., but the Philippines they haven't implemented that for a long time. They're a little skeptic with that modality of education,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess COVID allowed for schools to be creative.
Yeah.
Education don't stop, and
Yeah.
for something like master's degree that don't really require clinicals,
Mm-hmm.
I think that virtual option is really a pretty good option,
True.
especially for busy parents, busy nurses, especially for us
Mm-hmm.
nurses, because we work a lot, we work shift hours. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like we do 8 to 5
Right.
or
Yeah.
Monday to Friday type of job where you can do
True.
weekends because hospitals don't close. You need to cover hospitals, right? So, and we're glad that you're here. We haven't seen you for a bit.
I'm back. I'm so ready to come back. And from the 11 days, the corners, all I had a lot of research done through my classmates. They sent me
Hmm.
so many topics that we can, previous following month that we can line up to. So, yes, thank you, the corners, all and DNP family a lot. I was also happy to see some of my friends, relatives. It
That's
was
good.
amazing. But
All right.
the travel 18 hours. It's not fun.
18, yeah. That's the only problem going to Asia, the long flight. So I usually
Mm-hmm.
take some sedatives to fall asleep. But Anna, again, let's welcome everybody to our episode 43. 43 very informative and fun sessions.
Mm-hmm.
But welcome to episode 43. And today, Anna, we are going to talk about types of insurances,
Mm-hmm.
particularly the two main types. And I'd like to talk about this, it's term versus indexed universal life
Woo!
insurance, right? I'd like to
I'm
talk
getting
about this,
sweaty now.
yeah, on the perspective of us nurses, all right? So I
Okay.
purposely did not invite any financial speakers for today because I want to talk
Mm-hmm.
about it in the perspective of us nurses first. We probably could
Oh.
do another show to talk about them, or they could do their own shows in their pages. But I want to see how we think about it. We can agree or disagree about many things. But the reason why I want to bring up this topic, and this was a topic of my choice, is because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of my followers, and even in the Facebook group that we administer in Lefora, are
Mm-hmm.
still, there's a wide debate of term versus IUL, what's good, what should be,
Mm-hmm.
what should you have and what should you not have. There's in finances, there's really not a good and bad option, right? There's really
Yes.
not one size fits all. That's the thing that I want to emphasize before we start. What we say today is not a financial advice. This is our
Mm-hmm.
perspective as people who've done our research. We call ourselves as an informed consumer or informed
True.
consumers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Informed nurses. We do informed decisions based on our research and perhaps based also on years of my observation with this
Mm-hmm.
industry. And one of the things that I advocate for our followers, for our community, the immigrant nursing community, is financial freedom, right?
True.
Financial independence. But how do we truly achieve that if we're presented with so many options, particularly for immigrant nurses, when we don't know a lot about these financial vehicles, right? And if we don't know a lot about these things, and we're those type of people where we don't want to research, we don't want to, read stuff about it, we don't want to ask
Yeah.
people, or we just go by what one person would tell us, we can easily get persuaded and manipulated and scammed.
True.
So I want to talk about it today so that our followers could learn something from our episode today and prevent themselves from being victims, but more importantly, to become an informed decision
Forward.
maker,
Yeah.
right? So, which means we're going to present what we found, all right? They can dispute it on my page, those that are proponents of IULs, but there are red flags that I want to raise today. I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
inherently that IUL is bad, but there are
Mm-hmm.
red flags that I definitely wanna raise, all right, or concerns that I want to
True.
make public so that people would be aware of it, right? And I know there's a campaign where people are saying, "Oh, don't believe him." Well, thankfully, I have 85,000 followers that I can share this message to.
Yes.
And I'll
Yes.
keep sharing it, not because I don't like the type of insurance. It's not the insurance. I don't like the way it's presented
True.
and the unethical methods of how it is advertised or
Mm-hmm.
sold. All right, we're gonna talk about it later. All right, and I think Kay is still having issues with her connection. I see her coming back and forth in the background. Um, she's outside right now and on a trip, but she's trying to come in. But anyway, we'd like to acknowledge viewers today. Are you guys able
Yes.
to hear us? Talk to us about your experiences so we can read that um, to our audience today in our live stream. And of course, this is also recorded, Anna, because we are
Yes.
going to upload this
In
as
a
a podcast
Spotify.
in a few days. And for all of you guys, please follow us in Spotify or Apple. We have all our episodes from episode 1 to 42, DNP Unlocked, an immigrant
Wow.
nursing podcast. in Apple and Spotify. I'm gonna flash it right now. Here it is. All right. So just look for DNP Unlocked. You're gonna see my face and Anna's and
Okay.
Kay's face in there. 42 very informative sessions. And you know what I like about podcasts, Anna? I even listen to our past episodes. Is you can be driving or you can be on
Yes.
your way to work. You can be walking your
Your
puppies. You can
dogs.
be in the
That's what I do.
grocery, right? Well, you know, as nurses, we're multitaskers, right? And you could be listening to these things. What I like about our shows, we've shared so many information that could benefit our nurses that are already here, have migrated to the US, or coming over here in the future.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So things that we think are important to the community. And guys, if you have themes or topics or stuff that you guys want to talk about, with us, your hosts here in DNP Unlock, send me a message in my email. It's info@drnursepaul.com. If you want to be a guest, you want to share something in
Yes.
our show, you can also email me. You want to share your story, you think there's a good topic that you want us to discuss or talk about, or
Mm-hmm.
you just want to share your experience listening to DNP Unlocked. Please, we want to acknowledge your experience with joining us for 42 episodes. Please let us know through my email so we can feature that in our pages. All right. And
Good
without further,
wonderful.
yes, ma'am.
Let's just remind everyone, okay? We are here to educate, share our personal experience. We are not here to attack someone's business or job. If you're an IUL agent, please, we're not out for
Or
you.
term
We will,
agent.
yeah, yes. We just
We're not
want to help.
advertising any
No,
insurance.
yep.
Yes,
Even my own insurance, even got partners. Oh, we have our different company that we
we do.
use to,
Yep.
but we
Hmm.
are not here to, do damage to your business. Please be open-minded. Like the partners all said, we are here
To
to
inform.
help educate and
Mhm.
inform. I just want to be clear about that. We are not financial advisors. We are nurses who are informed consumers.
Yep.
Okay, let's dive in. Go our nurse all. Everyone is so excited for
And
this.
first, what type of insurance that you have as far as life insurance? I know there's a lot of insurance here in the States, right? So
Yes.
many crazy insurance, health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance, auto insurance, home insurance, liability insurance for work, liability insurance, personal or umbrella insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So many insurance, pet insurance. I
Yes.
honestly have a list of all my insurances. It's more than a dozen, right?
Yes.
But what type of life insurance do you have? Let's start with that.
Before, when I was not awakened, I used to have three IUL insurances, and I now I have four term life only insurances on top of those insurances that you mentioned. But let me add, we also have identity I forgot
Theft.
pet insurance. So, and you mentioned pet insurance, right? Of course, you need car insurance on top
Yep.
of that. And as a nurse, do not forget your malpractice. I also have a long-term and short-term insurances. Even if now I work
Disability.
full-time, I still have those. And basically, you mentioned everything. I think I have more insurance now than my purpose.
Yeah, that's true. You're right, right. And right. For me, Anna, I do have term insurance. I do have two term
Mm-hmm.
insurances. One is related to my job, and we always have that. You know, usually
Yes.
employer would
Mm-hmm.
pay one time your salary, so they match your salary with a life insurance for free, and that's free from your employers. Plus, on top of
Mm-hmm.
that, I have extras,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
on top of that, I have my own personal life
Personal.
insurance. Because you know, we used to be travel nurses, Anna, and
Yes.
we've
Yes.
learned that as travel nurses, you have to carry your own insurance.
Yes.
Otherwise, every time you switch to another agency, you change your insurance
Yeah.
again and change it again. So as soon as I started travel nursing, I carried my own insurances, and one of those is term insurance. But Anna, let's define first what is life insurance. All right, I'm gonna make it quick. All right, life insurance is a type of insurance that insures your life. I
Mhm.
think that's self-explanatory. No, the meaning of life insurance is it's a type of insurance to where if you die accidentally, of course, there are terms and conditions of what qualifies as um, um, qualified event, right? That does not include you bungee jumping out of uh,
Yes.
or skydiving, right? But if you die accidentally, all right, or untimely death, all right, the life insurance company pays out money
Mhm.
to your dependents or to whoever is your assigned beneficiary, right? That way,
Mhm.
right, that money, right, can support your family, your beneficiary when you're gone. All right. The main idea of life insurance is so that your family, when you're gone, can still have money, especially if you are the breadwinner, until they are
Mhm.
stable enough to go on with life without you being the financer, right? Life insurances are not meant to be permanent. That's my
Yes.
personal thought, right? That's only needed when your net worth, all right, and this is the most important part, Anna, when your net worth is lower than what your family would need when you die.
Mhm.
For example, all right, I'm gonna give you a hypothetical example. For example, I've computed that if I die today, knock on wood, all right. Um, my family would need 200,000 to live for the next 5 years,
Mhm.
right? And somebody would say,
Yes.
That's cheap. Yeah, because they live in the Philippines, but in the States,
Yes.
probably 1 year, right? So they probably need 200,000 to survive for another 5 years until they can get stable without me, right? If my net worth, that includes my assets and liabilities, around 30 to 50,000, and I have debts, stuff like that, right? And I don't want the that company or collectors to get my money when I die, all right, and my
Mhm.
family would get zero from all those assets in retirement funds or stuff like that, then I will get life insurance, right?
Yes.
Because I want my family to have that 200,000 when I die, right? So that way they can remember it has to be computational. It doesn't have to be hypothetical to where oh I think I need 100,000. I
Yeah.
think I need 50,000, right?
Mhm.
That way my family would get that hypothetical amount of money, all right, to survive until they're stable. Remember, insurances are not their life insurances are not meant to be permanent. These are not pensions, Anna. These are not
Mhm.
your retirement funds. These are not your assets, your house, your investments, your stocks,
Not
right?
investment. Not investment. Let me
Yeah, yeah,
repeat.
yeah. All right. And we're barely scratching the surface. Now, Anna, if, for example, after working hard for years, because we're nurses and we like to work 6 days a week, 12 hours shift, right? I've seen one of these reels and it drew flack. It said, bought a house, but barely lives in the house, right?
Yes. I
It
saw
sounds
that piece.
funny. It also sounds very controversial,
Yeah.
but the truth is, I was once like that, right?
Me
And I
too.
was like that too. So I realized I'm not enjoying life. You know, one of my friends even told me, "You're only 37, but you sound like you're 50 with all your experiences." Because that's the truth. All I did since I was 20 out of school, all I did was work. Anyway, going back to the topic, right? Um, for example, after working several years, Anna, my net worth is suddenly around 400, 500,000, or perhaps I got lucky. I won in lotto, mega lotto, and
Mhm.
and now my net worth is $1 million. Anna, hypothetically speaking, do you think I still need the insurance for 200,000?
Yeah.
If based on my if based on my computation, my family only needs 200,000 to live for 5 years.
Mhm.
Hypothetically speaking, I don't think I
Yeah.
need insurance at that point. Because
No.
at that point, I call myself, and this is what my um, insurance agent actually told me, not a Filipino, all right, to be clear. Okay? I have an insurance. Remember, we have tons of insurance, and I have more
True.
than an insurance. I have umbrella insurance, car insurance, home insurance. I have my insurance guy, all right? And,
Mhm.
so he's the one who searches, okay, this pet insurance that I found is much more expensive
Mhm.
go to that where your friend referred. For example, you referred me to APSCA, right? Something like that. So he's the one who searches for me, right? He told me, when you're retired and you have much more assets than liabilities, and your net worth is increased, you
Yeah,
are
you go.
self-insured. That's how I learned it. 2019, I learned the word self-insured. So at that point, Anna, if I have 1 million asset, I don't need the $200,000
No.
insured
Yeah.
because I am self-insured, which means I'm insuring my life at that point. If my family hypothetically needs only 500,000, I
Mm-hmm.
do not need insurance. That's the goal of life insurance. It is
True.
meant to be temporary until you are self-insured. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's the other side of the coin. Right. A lot of people don't get to the point where they're self-insured,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they blow their money, they blow their retirement funds, they don't know how to budget. Again, boils down to what, Anna? Financial planning and
Yep.
budgeting, right? And
Financial literacy. Mm-hmm.
literacy. And we've talked about, we probably did 5 episodes. There's probably
Yeah.
six,
Yeah.
seven,
You
about
do. Mm-hmm.
related to finances again. Because nurses are, we are
We
in
hate
the,
numbers.
yeah, like
We-
here in Houston, my salary, well, not as good as California nurses, they said in my page, right?
Marvin.
Um, but I looked at it up and it says I'm upper middle class, right? Although I don't
Mm-hmm.
feel it because egg is now like $6 a tray, right? All right. I don't even know about the cost of food before until I started living here in the States because I do my own
True.
grocery, right? But
Mm-hmm.
the point is, Anna, nurses earn so much money. We are still earning more money, especially immigrant nurses. You guys have to appreciate that we still earn more money than majority of Americans.
Yeah.
Majority of Americans. And the question is, what do you do with that money? Is up to you, right?
Yeah.
Financial planning and budgeting. If you're already in your 30s and 40s and you still have more debts than your assets, there is something wrong that you're doing. So that's why we're doing
Mm-hmm.
this show. But going back, Anna, life insurances are meant to be temporary. It didn't mean to be a permanent solution to a problem because you cannot save money.
Yeah.
And the other side of the coin are people who cannot save money and could not increase their assets, right? Here comes the solution where they say, we have IUL. All right. The
Yep.
solution that the financial industry brought up is IUL. So the
Mm-hmm.
temporary type of insurance is term insurance, right? Which at one point expires. Like for me, my term insurance expires at 75, right? Thankfully, Anna, I still have more than 30 years to milk the clock, is what they say,
True. True.
right? So I still have more than 30 years, right? And
Yeah.
I'm paying very little amount, $100, considering I have pre-existing. If I don't have pre-existing, it's probably going to be $40, $50. I have pre-existing because I have hyperlipidemia and abnormal EKGs. I think I've shared that in the past. But $100 a month, and I'm covered. I don't want to say what I'm covered because somebody might shoot me outside of
We'll
school.
say hi,
But
kamusta?
I'm covered $500,000, right? That's on top of that's aside from my employer thing. So roughly, my mom is gonna be a multi-millionaire if I die today, right? Mom, please. I'm just kidding,
Not
mom.
yet. Not yet.
But the point is, Anna, term insurance is temporary, right?
Yeah.
At
Right.
one point, it expires. After I'm 75, Anna, term insurance is zero, right? There is nothing. If I want to
Nothing.
continue that, I looked at my terms, I signed it, which means I'm an
Mm-hmm.
informed consumer, and I decided based on my informed decision that if I continue after 75, it's probably going to be $1,900. I'm not going to continue at
Mm-hmm.
that point because you know why, Anna? I'm on
You're
track to be self-insured
self-insured.
by
Yeah.
in 20 years, and I still have 30 plus years to milk my insurance, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
still adequately insured, right? On the other hand, is IUL, Indexed Universal Life. This is a type of permanent insurance. This whole life. I'm not an insurance agent, guys, but I'm telling you, I can be who I am. By the way I talk, I could probably sell IUL at this point, but I'm not. All right. IUL is permanent, Anna, right?
Mm-hmm.
After 75, you continue to be insured. All right. With a
Mm-hmm.
promise that it's a permanent insurance that even if you die at 90 years old, what they always say, are you gonna get money? if you die at
Yep.
when you're 85 and when you're 90, IUL will give you that money. But here's the caveat. All right, you pay so much more. Anna,
Yes.
for the same amount of coverage, I was quoted by three different companies, right? For the same amount of coverage, my term insurance ranged from $60 to $100 for 500,000,
Wow.
right? On my age,
Mm-hmm.
right? IUL offered me from $300 to $500. That's three
Mm-hmm.
times to five times more, right? At that time in 2020, Anna, $500 is a car payment. All right.
Yep.
Why did I
Mm-hmm.
say back in 2020? Because today that's not even a car payment. That's probably a motorbike payment because everything's expensive today. But my car before is $420 a
Mm-hmm.
month. So I told the agent, what? So my insurance is more expensive than my car, right? But I like to maximize my retirement funds because I'm 30s, right?
Uh-huh.
And every 10 years with 7% annual growth of the stock market, right? You double your money every 10 years if you consistently put your money in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. That's my overview, and we're going to talk about pros and cons in a little bit. What about you, Anna? What's your honest opinion? What for you is term and IUL? And then we're going to talk about pros and cons and
Mm-hmm.
the red flags.
So like what I said before, I used to have three IUL insurances. So imagine how much money I ate for 3 years every month for the IUL. Like so expensive. I think from what I remember, I was paying a total amount of $800 for the three IUL
That's a
that I had.
lot.
Now don't tell me, Anna, I know I made a mistake. I made a huge mistake because I was new. I was new. I was told with the cash value still. I was told with it's a lifetime, But when I woke up, with my own research, watched a lot of videos, and learned from my friends like what partners all and play, I was awakened. It was a painful awakening. For term life, now term life comes in 10 years, 20 years, or 40 years. Like what partners all it have expiration. After 40 years is done, do not expect, do not hope that you're gonna get something. Like what partners all reiterated earlier, it's only a protection for a period of time. That is not an investment. Meanwhile, I was sold with IUL as an investment and a lifetime protection. And I'm not gonna lie, what really sold me out is all about the cash value. I hate math. That's why I became a nurse. But that time, I did my math. It's not matting. The cash value. It's not. It
It's
doesn't.
not mathing, right? The math is
No.
not mathing.
And I sucked in math, and I was like, oh my god. I
But
felt
even if
like,
you suck in math, you still realize that the math ain't mathing,
yeah.
right?
So imagine I canceled it immediately. I did my homework. I had a whole notebook about the pros and cons of PERM versus IUL. It was not an easy cancellation, but I must say, yes, I lost a big amount of money. But now that we have firm life insurance versus the amount of paying for the three IUL, now I'm not gonna mention how much we are covered, me and my husband too, but I can say that my daughter can have a great life for the longest time if something happened to us. And we're only paying, how much the partners all for me and Ryan, for the both of us. We're only paying $100 or more per
Mm-hmm.
night. So why the aim for? Because before we have our personnel and from the company and we just continue it. And we have 10 years, we have 20 years, and we have 30 years. So until 75, we got it covered for the term night. So it's a big help when you have a house. For example,
Right.
you bought a house and you pass away. So who will pay for that house? Now that you have term life, that money that you can get from it, you can pay off your house. And
Right.
like what partners all, if you are the breadwinner and you have 5 kids, how can you pay IUL amount for 800? Now, I'm not here to argue with the agent. Don't tell me, oh, you are misinformed. Yes, I was. I'm gonna be honest that don't tell me, oh, you did not read the fine print. I have highlighters,
Mm-hmm.
but the
Mm-hmm.
math ain't mathing. That's what threw me off. That's what woke me up. I was like, so I'm paying this amount of money every month, and I'm
Correct.
only getting this? Oh, wait. I'm working 40 hours in a week just to pay off this IUL. So now we only have term life insurance for me and my husband, aside from what you mentioned earlier, pet insurance, disability, car, home. Let me also mention about the EMI when you bought a house. For mortgage insurance. So like what I said, I have more insurance than my purpose now. So America is a land of opportunity, but also a land of insurance. You just have to be very careful, invest time, and choose your friends that will tell you honestly what's best for you, what you need, not what your friend recommend you because they're gonna earn more out of commission from you. So those are my plans with the IUL and Farm Life. I only have Farm Life now. It's a big help that I know my daughter will live comfortably and we'll get more money with a small amount that we pay every month compared when I have IUL. So I received a message about this Dr. Nurse Paul. So Anna,
Mm-hmm.
you only hate the IUL because we pay a lot. Yes, number one. Number two, the cash value. And number three, the math ain't math.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what really threw me off.
Yeah.
So
So
yep.
Anna, for me, there's a new movement that I heard from one of our followers, and I think I associate with that, right? I'm Team BTID. What is BTID? Millennials
Oh,
have
what's
so many
new?
acronyms. It's buy
Yeah.
term, invest the difference. Buy term,
Oh.
invest the difference, right? The good thing with term insurance, I'm gonna go through pros and cons, and you let me know if you wanna add something, right? The pros for term insurance are its lower premium. In my personal case, it was 3 times to 5 times much more cheaper to get the term insurance, which means I could go higher in my
Oh, right.
in my insurance, right? So, for example, there's one of my followers that said, "Do you think this is enough insurance for me?" I was like, "How much are you paying? Like 350 or
Mm-hmm.
$400, right?" This is a person that's much younger than me, and I looked at his insurance. How much are you insured? Around $200,000, $150,000. I was like,
Oh.
dude, do you really think when you're 40, when you're 50, when you're 60, that $200,000 is still enough? You can't even buy
Yeah.
a house right now with
Mm.
$200,000. The inflation is going up, and that's always how it is with economy, right? That
Yeah.
$200,000 may be appealing for you for now. And some people are so fixated, even if they're already Americans,
Yeah.
of thinking they're still in the Philippines. Oh my God,
Yep.
$200,000 is millions of pesos. Well, inflation's also going to hit the Philippines eventually. I mean, I went over to the Philippines this year, and it's already very expensive, right? So the point is, are you really adequately insured? Because remember, insurance, when you choose a cost for your insurance, it's not hypothetical, which means your agent told you, I think you only need $100,000. They are not true, right?
Yep.
You have to make your computation. We don't love math, but math follows us every day. You have to
Yep.
compute how much does your family really need to pay that mortgage, right? To pay that house, to pay that car, to be able to send your kids to school and be able to
Mm-hmm.
eat every day for the next so and so years when you die. That way you have enough insurance. Because if you're going to get insurance based on what you can afford, right? Example, IUL agents, they're expensive, right? And you say,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, oh, how much can you afford? Excuse me, I'm not trying to buy a shirt.
Yep.
I'm trying to buy a life insurance. Because, like I said, I think 350 is a little high, ain't it? They're like, how much can you afford? I was like,
Yep.
is that? I was like, ooh, all my investment red flags are boom, 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 boom. Like, wait. I'm not in Divisoria, amen. Am I not?
You're
Divisoria
not.
is a flea market in the Philippines. Hold on, this is life insurance we're talking about, right? I know that my family needs at least $500,000 so they can survive for 5 to 10 years when I'm gone. But why are you asking me how much can I afford? Which means if I can only afford $100, you're gonna sell me an insurance that will be worth $100.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if that's adequate for me or my family. So what's the priority here? To help the person you're talking to get them adequately insured, or to sell insurance, right? Because it's bordering unethical for me. So
True.
with term insurance, there are lower premiums. They're very simple. You don't even
Yeah.
need an agent. I have an agent. Thank you, Dustin, and of
Yeah.
course to Sheila as well. They help me identify the correct insurance for me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's very simple. You don't even need an agent. You go to policygenius.com. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
a
what I use too.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm not an advertiser of PolicyGenius.com. Policy
Me.
Genius, I'm open for collaboration and advertising. I'm just kidding. but
Why
uh,
not?
but PolicyGenius.com is a pretty good one. You can get your
Mm-hmm.
life insurance there. I've actually started getting my own what's this liability insurance for my NP. There as well. Pet insurance, auto insurance, home insurance is
Mm-hmm.
there.
They
But
have everything. Yeah.
you can run your numbers there and they will check nationally for you. All right. And they're pretty good. I've talked to them before. Pretty good. All right. Very simple. And because it's much lower premium, you can get higher coverage and very flexible as well. There's 10, 20, 30 years, 35 years. The cons is it doesn't have cash value. For
True.
me, Anna, if you're getting an insurance because you want to make utang in Filipino so you can loan from it, I think you're doing it incorrectly. All right.
Incorrectly.
Have you ever heard of you asking for loan or utang to your car loan? All right? Or to your car insurance. You tell your car insurance provider, can I make utang for now?
Yeah.
Or to
Mm-hmm.
your home insurance. Just the home insurance. Home insurance na lang, Ana. Like your home insurance itself. Can you call your insurance company and say, can I make utang? Can I make
Yeah.
loan for now?
And I borrow my
No.
insurance that
Can I
I'm
borrow my
paying.
insurance money? Can you return to me what I paid last 2 months because I need the money? No, because insurances are not meant to be cash flow. They're
True.
not meant to be liquidated assets,
Yep.
right? And if you really have set up yourself to have a good cash flow, you can also loan money from your own 401k.
Yes,
That's what
it's
they don't want to
better.
tell you, right?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
During the pandemic, they allowed us to loan to 401k without penalty because it's
Penalty. Mm-hmm.
yeah, because of pandemic. So some people, there's one follower we have in the page that took out his money for 401k without penalty, which is a good move for me, and
Yeah.
invested in real
Very
estate.
smart move.
Very
Yeah,
smart
very
move.
smart
Bought
move.
multiple properties without penalty. That's if you really need cash flow. But see, this
Mm-hmm.
is why you have emergency funds because you don't want to base your liquidity or your ability to get cash quickly from your insurance because that's not what it is meant for, right? So no cash value. You should not need cash value from insurance, is what I'm saying. But I know, look at it this way. If you're paying for $100 for term and $500 for, like in my example, for IUL, that extra $400, that should have been your cash flow.
Yeah.
If you just put that
Exactly.
money in CD, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
what's this? I forgot what CD is. I just know what it is. But the commodities, where you earn 5 6%, or even high value savings, right? High
Mm-hmm.
percentage savings or high APR savings. That's liquid assets. You can get that money if you really need it during emergencies, correct?
Yeah.
And what happens is you pay that to the insurance, so that means they pay their agents. No savings component, but coverage ends. The idea is if you're going to get term insurance, at the end of it, you should have been self insured. Because
True.
if you're still relying on the term insurance to sustain your family, at that point, when you're 75 or 80, your kids should have grown already, should have gone out of your house, and you have very minimal, um, what's this? You have very minimal expenses because you've already been set. You have
Yeah.
assets like the house and all that. You're not paying car insurance at that point. That's the idea of term insurance. That at that point you are fully
No,
self-insured by
sure.
your own assets. That you don't need this $300,000 because you're worth 3 million at this point,
True.
right? But if at 75, 80, 90 years old, you're still relying from term insurance, or I
Mm-hmm.
mean your insurance, because that's the only money that you have. I still see Kay coming back and forth, off and on in the backstage. But there you go. I think she's live. Moderator, please ask if she's ready. But if you're still relying with insurance to sustain your family, I think
Yep.
you're doing it
Totally.
wrong
Yep.
at 90 years old, right? You should have had your assets already. Now let's go to Index Universal Life. The advantage, cash value. All right, we're gonna talk about that in a bit. Cash value. They always promise you if you put
Yes.
money here, you're gonna get cash value. But guys, Anna, you've had IUL for how long?
Oh my God. 3 years.
The
That's what
cash
I
value is
said. The
okay.
mat
Anna,
ain't matting.
Anna, the cash value is a drop in the bucket, right? It's not like,
True.
okay, if I pay $500 today for the next 6 months, I have $3,000 cash value, correct or not?
Correct.
No, 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 no,
I
no.
mean, I mean, incorrect. I mean, I'm sorry.
Incorrect.
I just can't
Incorrect.
move over what will happen to my
Incorrect, right? Because the truth of the matter is they still split your payments to
sleep. Yep.
insurance costs, insurance premium, and very little amount adds up to cash value.
Yes.
Correct? It's not
More
like
to my agent. I'm sorry. More to my agent before.
so the cash value argument for me is moot. They only project that you can have cash value, which means money that is liquid that you can ask for. You still
Yep.
have to pay it back. It's a loan,
Mm-hmm.
right? But that's a trickle, very little amount of money
Very.
only. All right. So, how are you going to rely on a cash value if it's still not enough money, right? That you need. Lifetime coverage is perhaps one of the very appealing factor, right?
Cons.
But
Yeah.
what do they know? What they don't know is as you go and age, right, your cost of insurance also increase. So if you're paying
True.
$500 now, after 30 years, you probably need to pay more because that's going to
Yep.
eat up your cash value
Yes.
and stuff like that. I know this because I've read multiple policies and I've seen a lot of them, Anna. And a lot of people that are in this is because they have not checked the math.
The
Even,
five three.
unfortunately, sad part is even the agents themselves. They didn't even
True.
check the math, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you're actually lifetime covered because there's so many lawsuits of people having their insurance fall through because they were not paying more.
Yep.
Eventually, the money that they're paying, they thought that's the same amount of money for the rest of their life until they're 100 years old. All right, it's going to be the same amount. It is not. As you age, your cost of insurance and policy costs increase. All right.
Yep.
So that means your insurance cost would also increase. All right.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, then they take up your cash value. So now if you need money, you're like, can I have my money because I need
Yeah.
it? You don't. All right. In fact, your insurance is already lapsed because you're negative. All right.
True.
You haven't
You
paid your
owe.
insurance.
You owe.
You owe us. All right. You owe us for paying us so much money. All right. For saving this money for you. So you don't lose money from equities from the stock market or stuff like that when the market is in bear season. Flexible premiums, tax advantages. Well, tax advantages, of course,
Another
any
thing.
insurance.
Yeah. They always
What
brag about that. Oh my
and
God.
I think it's the same, right? When you receive money from insurance when you die or your family receives, I don't think it's also taxable, or maybe I'm wrong, right? But the cash value is tax deferred. But
Yeah. It
I've
is.
seen people with IUL for 5 and 10 years, their cash value is so little
Yep.
that tax that there's a doctor that was paying it and he's paid more than $100,000 for 10 years, and the cash value at the time that he was pulling it out less than $20,000,
Oh God.
right? So
Right.
you paid 100.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that's really tax advantage because you're negative. You're not gonna pay tax, you know what I
And
mean?
then you
Because that
you
you're
out
negative.
out. You even get more money than you.
Yeah, and the cons are high premiums, very high.
I
In fact, Anna,
it is.
some people know I'm a very financially tech savvy person. So
You are.
somebody tried to present to me back in 2020, and they're like, "No, we know you like finances and you're very financial savvy. Let's talk about this, right?" And then towards
Mhm.
the end, I was like, oh, hold up. Well, can you freeze in that PowerPoint slide? It literally says earnings for agents, right? I
Mhm.
was like, oh wow, that's super appealing, right? The minimum pay that I've seen is 30%, right?
Wow.
So Anna,
Mhm.
if you sold me an insurance today, all right, you can get 30 to 50% of what I paid. All right.
Yep.
In short, if I'm paying $500 for my insurance and versus the term, which is $100, 250 goes to you,
Yep.
right? For the agent, if I'm the agent, good money.
But
If
you're not the
if I'm the
agent.
insured, if I'm the insured, bad for me
But
because
yes.
my money is actually going to the cost of insurance, which is our
Mhm.
all the agents, because it looks like a multi-level marketing scheme where you gotta recruit more so you can earn more. They're incentivizing recruitment. It's not supposed to be like that. If you're really trying to insure people and help them, then why are we incentivizing
Yeah.
marketing
Mhm.
activities, ordering unethical marketing, right? I've heard frivolous statements from IUL agents I'm going to talk about later. It's very complex. It's an investment risk, one of the
It
cons,
is.
and policy management is very hard, right? So Anna, one of the most frivolous statements that I've heard is withdraw all your 401k. You
Oh
don't
yeah. I
need
heard that too.
401k. You don't need your retirement funds. Just put all your money to IUL. Because you know what? If the market crashes today, all right? If the market crashes today, you're gonna have zero protection, which means you're not gonna earn negative. Your money's not gonna go negative. You're gonna be at 0%. All right, the IUL will protect you. Yes, they will protect you because for so many years they were getting your money, right?
Yep.
Anna, in the last 20 years, we've probably have 8 bear seasons, probably eight, probably more now, right? Bear seasons are when the stock market is below 20%, and
Mhm.
our indicators or indices, the Dow, the Nasdaq, and S&P 500. I'm talking like a full-blown financial
You
advisor here.
are.
I am not, right? So when they're below 20%, particularly the S&P 500, which is the top 500 companies in the US, all right, S&P 500 or SPY, SPX, VOO, SPPX, those are the different tickers, all right, in investments.
Mhm.
When you look at Yahoo Finance, for example, all right, we've only had what 8 bear seasons, and the bear seasons, perhaps one of the longest that you've known, is the recession back in 2008, right? It lasted what, less than a year, right? The bear season,
Mhm.
right? And after 3 or 5 years, people's money has rebounded, right? I could
Mhm.
not share my screen right now, but if you guys look at Yahoo Finance, all right, you can see, let's just use the bear market back in 2008 when the market recession, because this is what they're trying to scare you about. They're going to say, if that recession happens again, you're going to be negative, all right?
Yeah.
So you're going to be negative if you are retiring tomorrow. All right. Now, here's the thing, if you are 50, 60, 70 years old today and you're
Mhm.
listening to me, I think you really have to have a financial advisor because as you grow older, you should be less exposed to the stock market and have
True.
more liquid assets. All right. More cash in short. Because if the market downturns, all right, then you're affected. All right. Remember that the highest earning assets all time, Anna, is still the stock market and followed by the real estate. Only two, right? Not
Mhm.
IUL, Anna, not IUL. All right. So in 2008, S&P 500, SPY, for example, right? During the market downturn was hovering around at the lowest. I'm looking at it right now. I can show my screen. At the lowest was $80.
Wow.
$80, right?
88.0. Mhm.
And at the highest prior to that was 148. That
Mhm.
$148 did not happen until I would say 2013. 2013, 148. So it took what, 5 years for the money to come back, right? But Anna, if you did not retire and you did not pull out your money back then, the same asset category is now 500. I'm looking at actual numbers. 500 as of market close on Friday, 563.68.
Mm.
563.68 from $80, or let's just do the peak
80.
before the retrogression, 140 to 563. That's almost four times over, right? So Anna, the market recovered. In
True.
the last 15 years, the market recovered four times over. So do not be scared when people tell you or agents tell you the market recession can happen and you're gonna lose your money. At least with
Yeah.
IUL, you're insured. All right.
Yeah.
For me, Anna, insurance
You
and investment.
memorize that skill?
Yeah, insurance and investment should never be mixed together. I
No, they're
think they
not.
should
They're
be separate
different.
things. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you bring them together, that's
Pay
that's
your
your
portion.
that's your IUL, right? It is
Mm-hmm.
expensive.
Yeah.
Versus if you separate them, it's like you know, buying a bundle deal, right? But you didn't save money. You actually
True. Lose
spent
more
more.
money.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what you should be doing is I'm team BTID according to the Gen Zs, right? I'm buy term $100 and the remaining $400 that I was gonna pay for IUL anyway, I invested in stock market, right? So
Yep.
I mean, knock on wood, but it's getting there, all right? It's
Mm-hmm.
my investment is getting there, and I'm only 37, right? So I'm not even scared of market downturn because time is my friend. Now, if I'm 60, I'll be worried about stock market. That's why you should have financial planner at that point. And another frivolous um what's this? Things that I hear is um they say they're financial advisors. They are not. They are
FA.
insurance agents. All right.
Yes.
There's two different things. If an
Reclaim it
agent
to me.
if
Mm-hmm.
an agent sells, I've asked one agent. She said I sell both term and and IUL. So I was like, so in percentage, how much IUL do you sell more than term? Because it's like I want to know how much percentage do you sell. She said about 80 to 90% is IUL. I was like, why?
Mm,
Because it's
yeah.
more money. So that's
On,
unethical.
on on his part or her part.
You're not you're not selling because of the need of the person. You're selling because of your own money. If
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter if you sell both term or IUL, people are always veered into making money. All right, that's the truth. That's human nature. I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure you're gonna sell more IUL. So you're not serving your clients correctly because you're selling them a more what's
Expensive.
this expensive product that eventually they can still lose their insurance anyway if they don't increase their payments over time. So what's the sense of getting IUL if you're also gonna lose insurance just like the term insurance? Anna, you tell me. Welcome, Kay. Welcome.
Welcome pay. You don't want to miss this IUL.
Yeah. How about you, Anna? What are your thoughts
I've
about
been
it?
walking for an hour.
So,
Sorry, guys. I've been walking for an hour. We had
for
storm
all,
here in
let's
West
hear
Virginia
Kane's
last night.
thoughts about IUL Earth. Because we have a spotty signal.
Yeah.
Hey, what
Yeah,
are your
Kay.
thoughts?
Good morning, everyone. Good evening. I know.
We can hear you clearly, but
I
your video is
will.
choppy. But it's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Okay. Thank you again. Sorry for my technical issues. I was doing well yesterday. Unfortunately, we had a storm in West Virginia. Um, but I'm hearing the conversation for the past almost an hour now, but the audio was in and out. But I agree with so many topics or send so many points that were brought up by my co-hosts. For me, IOL is a product that I will compare like this. If I'm a person who comes to a dealership asking for a car because my goal is I just need a car that will drive me to point A to point B. Is what car will the salesman offer me, right? Will the salesman offer me a simple, let's say, Honda Civic, or will because I have you know family of three, right? Or will the salesman offer me a BMW? Oh, this one has a good heater massager, and it has good GPS navigation system. Or the salesman will offer me a SUV, great car, right? It has massager, it has GPS, it has recliner seats, it has pilot chair, right? So luxury. So I consider IUL as a luxury. Okay. That being said, because if you look at term is something that you need. If you die tomorrow, will my family be covered? If your goal of buying that insurance is you are worried because you have 3-year-old kids and you want to support them and you have a peace of mind that they're going to be taken care of, you're going to be paying for school until their college, then is IUL gonna support that? Well, unless your policy is a lot, like I would say $1 million policy, if you have 2 small kids, then sure, it will support that goal. Okay, so again, that being said, the first question before you buy any product is always what is the goal and the reason for buying this product all the time. Okay, but if you're already clear, crystal clear, and you told your agent that I'm looking for coverage, I'm a nurse who's buying, I just need an insurance to cover to make sure if I die tomorrow, my kids are covered for the next 20 years until their college. And I make sure that there's a roof in their head because we're still paying for rent right now, and the agent sold you an IUL that is 200,000 face value or 300,000 face value because that's the only thing you can afford, then that agent might be breaking his fiduciary duty. Okay, insurance agents should be really putting their clients first, and that's what you call fiduciary duty. Okay, so again, did they sell you something that you need? The answer is they might have sold you something that you need, but not enough. Because they put IUL in the front, IUL, it's a long-term game, like everyone said. Even the agents say, your money will grow here. This will benefit you later on. But again, when you call that agent, you're crystal clear with your goal that I need coverage for my family. But then the goal changed when you spoke to the IUL agent, right? They changed it to don't worry about it. Your family will be covered, but they didn't say not enough. But you also get some money back later on in your life. Again, you came in with a goal, but then you were not sold with a product that meets that goal. So for me, is IUL the first thing that we should be buying as new immigrant nurses to the United States? The answer is no, not at all. It's something that you don't need, it's something that you want. Okay?
Or
So
gray.
that's my intake. That's my input, my insight there. I think it's a product that is, it has cash value, good. It has chronic use, sure, but you have term, and also there are disability insurances that you might need to
Mhm.
cover first because those will cover better better for your family. And also, whenever you say, oh, there's cash value that you can take out tax free, you're forgetting that they're forgetting to tell you that every time you take money out of it, there is a
Huh.
fee that will cost
Yeah.
you. Okay, so you
Yeah,
always
Mhm.
have to ask, okay, I brought my money for free. Will never come out for free next time.
Mhm.
All right, it's like the same thing when Uncle Sam, you pay taxes to Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam, can I um can I declare so much first? At the beginning, because my family needs money, so I'm gonna withhold higher right now. But it doesn't mean you're gonna be withholding a lot,
Mhm.
and then the end point is you're not paying anything. If you withheld a lot, it benefits you, but at the end, if Uncle Sam says, oh, you withheld too much, now you owe me.
Yeah.
Right, so it's the same concept. Either you want something benefiting you at the beginning or you want something benefiting you at the end. So business is always like that. It's a two part of the story. So, and why we're talking about this is I think it's very important that you brought this up, Anna and Paul, because a lot of our international nurses coming to the United States, a lot of, they are trying to see who they can trust.
Yep.
And people like helping them at the beginning of their journey, there are a lot of reports that these new international nurses are being predated upon and being sold products that are not applicable to them or not appropriate to them. So Lefora is advocate of ethical practice, business practice, ethical recruitment, And
Mhm.
this is something that we need to discuss, that for the new nurses coming in here. Thank you.
Thank you. That
Thank
that
you
is
for
very good,
this
Kay.
short
It
time.
is very, yeah, simple, but direct to the point. It's a lot for me versus your need. And you're correct. You usually arrive. You cannot afford a $800 or free cash value. That's what happened to me with a small amount of
I,
ROI.
and Kay, my friend, husband, spouse, right, 4 kids were offered 1,500. I was like,
Wow.
he just arrived in the States 3 months prior to that. 1,500, right? Filipino family took them to,
Are
dinners
you open
and
minded? Are you open minded?
Filipino activities, and then started making them
Yeah.
feel bad when he said no. I was
Yeah.
like, I love communities, right? I love going out with people that I can rely on, that they can rely on me as well. I love gatherings, but I don't like using that to gain an advantage over me or over someone else. You know what I mean? Which is perhaps one of the bad things with our community sometimes. Right? If we want to help new immigrants coming to the US, let it be a wholehearted, selfless way of helping. Not because you're gonna gain something from them because you want to sell them something because they're new here.
What's your marketing tactic when they find
Marketing.
these nurses who are knowing better, and unfortunately, this will
I think we're losing Kay.
$800
Hey,
a month.
what where
Just
mouth are you at? What
basic.
mouth are you at?
Kay. Kay. I think we
Hey.
lost you. Okay, we're gonna get back to UK. Anna, what can you say about it?
Well, like what I've experienced, like term life versus IUL, like it boils down. What are your end goals, right? Our goal is to have a financial freedom, and I'll just repeat what my co-host said. You cannot mix investment and protection. IUL are not investment. Insurance are not investment. If you want a life insurance, like pay for a lower price with a greater return of income at the end. And do not be blinded by the relationship that you fostered, those who welcomed you, but be very choosy of your friends. I mean, like if we're nurses, we're client advocates. We should advocate for ourselves first. Like I was new and I was paying $800 for a cash value IUL, all of those. I was blinded by those investment. I have all your 401k and invest more. Please, educate yourself. Do not be blinded by the skill. I know they have their own business, they have their job to do, but not all of them are like that. You just have to listen, pay attention, look for the red flag. What are your end goal? Your end goal is to be financially freedom at the end. Cash value is not the end goal for me, in my opinion, in my own experience. Term life is the way to go. It can cover you, it can help your family that you're about to leave behind if something happened for you. And not a lot of people will be welcoming about your thoughts, but please say no if it doesn't align with your goals in your life. What might be good for me might not be good for you.
You.
And if I am the agent, of course I want to earn more from you. Of course I will sell more IUL and not offer term life. Because that will be good for me. But how about you? You're the one paying those high premiums. Now, later on, if you really want to go dive into the IUL, make sure that you're not going to arrive immigrant nurses who have 5 kids and who are sending money back home. Not everyone will look up for you. So go for my stand. Go for nurse all of this Amos, IUL versus term life.
Right. So for me, few things that I want to leave our audience before we end today. Right.
Mm-hmm.
First, All right. I'm not a financial advisor and I don't have a financial or fiduciary
Mm-hmm.
duty to our audience. I am an informed consumer. I'm an informed nurse. All
Mm-hmm.
right. But it doesn't mean you can take away my ability to present these things
Yep.
in um into light so people could understand what this is, because a lot of people had called me out because Anna, they say it's good when you're also having haters because
Yes,
it
of
means you're
course.
probably doing the right thing. Well, I don't really want negative vibes in my life, but i'm
True.
i'm just a little outspoken, probably perhaps not to the liking of other people, but if other people could not say it, I would. It's probably why we have the DNP unlocked anyway, all three of
Yep.
us.
Mm-hmm.
um but it doesn't mean I'm not knowledgeable about the industry. I just choose not to. Let me tell you how
Mm-hmm.
many times I've been offered by these IUL companies to be their marketers. Yeah,
Oh
and
wow.
why they don't like me talking about it now against them, right? Probably because of people that I could possibly influence. I'm not saying I have a lot of followers or I have a big sphere of influence, but with my small community that I formed, including us, Anna, and Kay, I know for sure that Anna is gone. That I could influence the followers that I have. So what I want to leave for you guys is all right. So I think Anna's got to. What I want to leave to you guys before I end this session, maybe Anna's going to come in, is first, if you're doing term insurance, also learn how to invest. Remember, I'm team buy term insurance and invest the difference. Investment now is super easy, especially if you're not a hardcore day trader or options trader, all right? My favorite is Charles Schwab, because their portal is super easy and minimalist. I like it that way, so I'm not overwhelmed with numbers. But you also have Fidelity and Vanguard, right? You can set up a Roth IRA, put money every month, example
Mm-hmm.
$500, and automate that
Upcoming. Yep.
to buy stocks or investments or REITs or ETFs or
Mm-hmm.
MTFs, right? The one thing that I'd say is you can just put the money into a Roth IRA and buy S&P 500 every month, right? Automate it, all right? You just don't put money to
Yes.
your Roth IRA because it's not going to earn money. It's just like
It's
putting money in the
not.
bank. You
Mm-hmm.
have to buy stocks, but buying
Mm-hmm.
stocks is super easy. That's what they don't want to tell you. They make
No.
it sound complicated, so you have to buy their product,
That's
right?
why you get
It's
scared. That's why nurses
and
got
and
scared of investment.
exactly. It's 2024. I always say there's an app for everything. You just have
Yes.
to find the app, right? There's an app for everything. Especially the financial industry is perhaps one of the most advanced in terms
Mm-hmm.
of artificial intelligence and automations. They're one of the most advanced algorithm wise. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, it is not hard to invest now. There's a lot of platforms that offer free education. Schwab, Fidelity, and Vanguard have free education for beginner
Yep.
investors,
I love
and that's it.
fidelity.
Yeah, I'm a Schwab person, and now they mixed with what's this Thinkorswim with TD Ameritrade, which is even better because I like them both. Anyway, that's one. So when you buy term insurance, the goal is to increase your investments and assets so you will be self-insured. So you don't just buy term insurance, you
Yep.
also invest the difference, invest it to Roth IRA, so you don't pay taxes with the gains. Number two, if it's if it's too good to be
Too
true,
to be
it is
true.
not true. All right, it is
Yes.
too good to be true. It is not true. If somebody tells you you buy this by 80 years old, you have $1 million, you have cash value, you have this, and that, guys. Uh, for me, every time you say this to me and promise me things in the financial world, my my radars are danger, danger,
Yep.
danger, right?
Red flag
Because
waving.
even even the stock market is not guaranteed. Even the real
Mm-hmm.
estate, considering that these are the most stable, I mean not stable, long term can bring you more money, right? It is still not that guaranteed. So how can someone guarantee you that stock market will fall and they could offer you insurance. This is something that I always say for those that like to scare people, that if the stock market, if there's a recession, I stop them right away and say, if there's a recession, do you think the company where you put the money is still gonna make it out?
And what did they say?
Because during the recession, Lehman's Brothers closed. We've already heard so many insurance companies closed during market downturn. So the question is, if the U.S. government's money go down because you don't trust it so much, let me tell you this: your insurance company is also not going to make it through.
Mm-hmm.
So it's both ways. All right. It's not that you're gonna get spared because you're such this good company where you offer insurance to everybody. People will stop paying IULs once the market turns down, right? Because they're not gonna have enough money to pay for it. And there goes your cost of insurance. They're not gonna be able to afford all these agents' fees and all that. Cut it short. If the market really is gonna go down, the insurance company is also going to lose money. It's both
Yeah,
ways. So that's one
definitely.
thing. So nothing is guaranteed. If they offer you heavens and earth, all right,
Moon and the
be
stars.
careful. All right. Three, if they're being pushy,
Yep.
if they're being pushy, if they're urging you to decide very, very quickly, you already know my thing about this, especially Anna with our immigrant nursing community, because a lot of us are naive coming over here, right? That's what they thought. We have DNP Unlocked now to educate everybody, right?
Yep. We have
Even
nurse
with
ball at the
contract
place.
negotiation, right?
Yep.
Even with relationships, if somebody's being pushy to you, right? Even with IUL, especially for finances, because remember, this is finances, all right? You can break up with your jowa or your partner
A
and find
farm.
another one, right? You can buy another house, but when you're broken financially, Anna, this is what wrecked my family, right?
Yeah.
We were financially broken, and my, we never had a great life, right?
Mm-hmm.
My parents lost everything, right? And I never wanted this to happen to anyone. This is why
True.
probably I'm very in touch with my financial side, because I don't want to live that life again. I've lived extreme poverty and I don't want anyone to go through that. So guys, your finances, that's my other what's this advice. Your finances is your own responsibility,
Yep.
not your neighbors, not your friend, not someone you just know 2 months ago because you're new here in the US and they're giving you food every night
Leader. Yeah.
and dinner, treat you dinner, all right, so they can sell you a product, all right. So that's it. um what's this Please be careful. Learn how, like Anna would say earlier, and Kay,
Okay.
this might not be advisable for you. All right.
Not yet.
Um,
Mm.
is IUL inherently bad? No. It's the way people that do it. All right. It's the way agents push it. If they're trying to be pushy, take more time to read it. All right. Take more time to do. If they're trying to be pushy, they want something from you, then the leverage is yours. So you stop and say, "Can I get back to you after a week? I need to read this." No, you don't have to read it. I already explained it to you. Are you sure? So what is in page number 8, paragraph number 5, in right column where it says 8.f? What did that okay, very good. So I'm gonna read it because you didn't
Mm-hmm.
read it. I have to read it, right? I read it, especially for financial stuff like that. So take time to read and learn how to say no. IUL for me is if you have enough money, all right,
Mm-hmm.
where you've maxed out your 401k. Don't take out your 401k. Please don't listen to them. You've take out your maxed out your Roth IRA. You've invested money to real estate because it's an asset, right? um, and stuff like that, then you still have extra money. You're earning $1 million a month, and you're like, where can I throw this extra $500? Because I just have so much money that I can throw another $500 to something. Oh, you know what? I'll just buy IUL. That's it. All right. If they tell you rich people have IUL, seriously? Because they say Walt Disney has it or something, Warren Buffet has it. Really?
Yep.
Then why are those people not telling us about it? Oh, it's because it's their
Exactly.
secret how they want how they grew their money. Those people that you're talking about, how they grew their money is the stock market. That's the truth.
Sure. Those are very valuable inputs, Dr. Nurse Paul. My word of advice, number one, Do your research. Remember when you're about to buy a cell phone, right? You take time to Google everything, iPhone versus Android. Do your research. Understand the basics of the policy types you are considering. Do not just rely solely on your agent's explanation. Of course, their main goal is to sell you something. They will say everything that you want to hear. Okay? Do your research. Look for someone that will really, really look out for your needs, not just their wants over you. Be your advocate. Advocate for yourself.
Mhm.
And consult multiple sources. Do not just rely on one person. Remember when we used to buy a bag or a shoes in Victoria or in Baclara before we canvas, right? Is
Mhm.
that the right word? We
Mhm.
canvas and we negotiate. Do not just say or believe, oh, you're in America now, you can afford this. Oh, you're a nurse, you're getting paid per hour. Oh, you're a traveler, you can afford this. Please go. And as much as you hate to read the fine print, read those many, many times. Highlight them. If you need someone to translate it for you from the financial world, go for it. Now beware of high pressure tactics. Dr. Paul mentioned this earlier a while ago. Now match the insurance for your goals. What are your goals? Why you want term life? Why you prefer IUL over term life? Match your goals. Okay? Do not match other people's goals for you because you have a different life that you want to live later on. Okay, guys, go for my word of advice. And I know that it's not gonna end well with other people because we develop that relationship. Oh, Mom Anna, well, they helped me when I was new. Please, okay? Your money, your rule, you know what's best for you. Be, uh, invest in your financial literacy. And I wish Caleb is here to give us more advice. Oh
Yes,
my God.
yes. It's okay. We're gonna talk about more stuff. But thank you, Anna, for sharing your
Mhm.
story. And I hope we are very particular with things that we sign with finances where we spend our money.
Mhm.
Be a smart nurse in terms of finances so you don't go bankrupt. Remember your
You work
money,
hard for it.
yours. You
You work
worked hard
hard
for
for
it.
it.
My
You
God,
you, you
those
break your back
overtimes.
for it. So please,
Yeah,
please
yeah,
be
yeah.
very careful of the money who the people you trust. Don't feel
Correct.
bad if you have to cut relationship with your mom's best friend in the US because of that IUL or insurance. It happened to me. So I am sharing this to you. Like what we said earlier, we're not here to destroy your reputation or your businesses, but most of the time, that's what happened in Filipino community in every state, right? The partners all they will
That is
invite you to
correct.
dinner, they will tell you gifts, they will help you to start, give you free grocery, free gifts, and later on they will sell you gifts, and now you're shy to say no. You don't want to say no. You don't want to hurt your feelings, and later on, you, the newly immigrant nurse who have 5 kids, who send money back home, have to pay $1,800. That is very unethical. And
There,
wow.
another call. That is correct. But yep. Well, that was a good conversation, and I wish we could go
Yeah.
more. And this is why I never invited a speaker, because just the three of us, Anna, just the three of us can speak 1 hour
Will
each, and
be
that's
enough.
3 hours.
3 of us are
Yep.
enough.
But consult, read. There's a lot of YouTube out there and stuff. Read before you commit to something, especially with
Mhm.
finances. All right. And
Yep.
that's it, guys. Thank you. We're gonna announce future shows in
Yep.
our page. We haven't really decided with full certainty yet because we need all three of us to decide, but we're all busy. But we're gonna have future shows. Again, email us if you have questions or you want to share something or you want us to talk about certain stuff. Thank you to all
Mhm.
our followers. Please download our Spotify and Apple Podcasts. All right, it's available online. Thank you, Anna, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye, Trey. Be safe. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you,
Nurse
Kay.
Paul. Thank you for everyone who greeted me in my graduation. Have a great Sunday. September
Congratulations.
1. September 1 already.
Happy September
Burman's
1st.
coming in.
Wow. Wow.
Bye.
Christmas for Filipinos.
Yes. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. And please, if you want to review this, listen to our podcast. Bye. Bye, DrNursePaul.
Bye.